Hello everyone, Xeno What If here. Bring in the finale of What If Tucker was in Kaiju number 8. Link in the description of the fanfiction of this What If. Listen here YouTube. I do not own anything and this is not a scam. Chapter 3 First day of training and Kaiju attack. In the next day was actually at the auditorium of the 3rd Division Defense Force, HQ, where every participant was able to cast the entrance exam of killing all the Kaiju, including able to pass as well. After that, many of the participants were actually shattering amongst each other, especially Ichikawa and the red hair known as Iharu Furuhashi. So they were getting along. However, as everything was going around properly with Kikaru Shinomiya know about Kafka and Tucker and their Kaiju forms able to save her. However, realizing that the two of them were into heroes, especially Locus. However, as things were about to go, luckily, Tough Tucker and Kafka including Locus were able to make it in. However, for Tucker and Kafka, Communically just walked in. Kafka and Tucker did stay in the back. Luckily, they did get themselves a minimum low. However, Locus was able to get a bit of a second place. However, Mina, the captain of the 3rd Vision, give up a speech. And well, let's just say for Kafka, let's just say he kind of fucked up saying that he wanted to be by her side. And well, let's just say Tucker did not say much of a word. Let's say everyone getting all the complete community shocked directly at Kafka. It's Kafka realized that he just fucked up and said it out loud to everybody out there. And well, Mina ordered Kafka to actually do 50-100 push-ups. However, for Soshiro Hashina couldn't help but laugh at the humiliation that Kafka was getting. However, luckily some people were cheering that Kafka was able to do a lot of push-ups. Especially Furuhashi was able to be impressed by Kafka's determination, which Tucker did not say a word but was amazed by Kafka's determination as well. However, let's just say only for Kafka to receive a kick in the face by Kikaru Shinomiya as well. For the two of them to actually have a bit of a private talk in a cafe. 2. A bit of a few seconds later, Kikaru Shinomiya was rather surprised about the exclusion that Tucker was giving her. Explained that a fly kaiju went into their mouth and transformed into like somewhat of a hybrid of a human/kaiju, which comedically shocked her. That she has never heard of a human hybrid kaiju before. Kikaru Shinomiya explains that people on her half-human, half-kaiju are actually known as daikaijus. Which Tucker was rather completely amazed and shocked by this information at him and Kafka are both daikaijus. However, Kikaru Shinomiya said if they were kaijus then she will kill them. Which made both of them pale a bit. The next day came in for training. For example, shooting targets as well. Many of the participants in the training, shooting very many bullets including. Were taking how many rounds, let's say Kikaru Shinomiya being in the shot of the GS. However, Kafka yelled in surprise that he was able to get 1% of his power of his suit. Which Tucker and Lucas gave him thumbs up. However, only after some time later with the intense training, Tucker and Kafka were actually in the hot tubs. Relaxing while blowing off some steam for the time being as well, while Kafka was trying to show out his muscles. However, it was instead it was holding in the fat only for Ujisumi and Ichikawa to laugh at him. Luckily Tucker thought to himself, damn, I thought Griff was the most chubby fat ass of the group, but she's Kafka really takes it to a whole new level. Tucker said to himself. Back at the Red vs. Blue universe. Griff in his house couldn't help but sneeze. Who the fuck is talking to? He's talking about me. Griff said, wiping his nose. Back in the Kaiju number 8 universe. The tan guy went too well. You could say I'm an incredible muscle. Couldn't help as freak everyone else including Tucker as well. And a bit of a long piece comedic expression as well. God damn it man, how come women will actually call for someone like him with that kind of muscles? Damn, I've been training as well. However, the group explained how they met Mina. Captain Mina. And were inspired to be just like her. I captain like her in the 3rd Defense Force. However, Kafka soon said that he met her when they were childhood best friends, which well. As I say, Tucker did not have an interest for me, but that would have been in love and trust with that red hair check in the front. Which made the 3 men completely angry and pissed off. And well, let's just say go on a comedic face of anger. They looked at Tucker. Which you seem to have come. But well, let's just say Tucker said that. Sure, Mina is alright, but I would say I was trained by Carolina, a great military instructor. And well, you could say my dreams of actually becoming part of a captain of the defense force was technically a reason for me to be here. He said, which the three men were completely shocked. So everyone else was shocked by this as well. Though I have to admit, I would say I would have a bit of a crush on that red hair chick. Was actually in the auditorium. Yeah, not really interested in Mina, by the way. Tucker said, which made some people offended. Tucker decided to make a full-on mad dash out of hot spring, and he will change very quickly. And well, let's just say for the men, let's just say they had a bit of a heat. After some time later, let's just say they all had an amount of charge of training while also coming up with strategies. And also, well, you could say in the hot springs, including eating lunch, while also doing some exercises like push-ups. However, well, while they're walking, this is not a tiger dig round. Kafka and Tucker was scared, and well, let's just say Tucker was on top of Locus, afraid of the white tiger. However, and Panda was looking for the tree, couldn't help but chuckle. As or some time later, they continued training while also brushing their teeth. Until nighttime, Tucker and Kafka continued doing extra while. So different ways of defeating kaijus. Which it was kind of getting a bit late. Which both of them decided to go to bed. However, only for Soshiro Hashina says if they want to be captain, then they will have to fight. However, only for an alarm to go out, realizing that there is a kind to attack. Tucker and Kafka realize that this is going to be a bit, realizing that they'll put their training into it. Many helicopters, including evacuation trucks, in some parts of Japan evacuating civilians, while taking many civilians to safe places. However, they explain it's some kind of big carrier kaiju. While in the armored trucks, everyone's getting ready except for Kafka was not to explode. Was not to actually think about. But luckily didn't. However, luckily for Mina, she was able to fire powerful blast, killing off the kaiju. However, only releasing spider-like kaiju. Many of them started firing the weapons directly at the kaiju. Ichikawa switched a normal round for an ice round. Tucker and Locus were actually doing a teamwork against many crab-like spider kaiju, killing them off one by one. However, realize Kafka give out information at the core is actually in the base of the neck of these spider and crab-like kaiju. However, after that, more and more small-like kaiju started coming out of the corpse of carrier-like kaiju, which made some of the other members that were kind of cocky of it, decided to show some of the newbies how it's done. With Furuhashi and Ichikawa trying to clear up kaijus. However, realizing when they were going there, however, there was a monster sweeper person in the area. However, the monster sweeper person turned out to be Kaiju number 9, shot Ichikawa in the chest, but luckily his power armor was able to protect him for some time now. When Kaiju number 9 in his human form revealed his Kaiju form, which shocked Ichikawa that he was the same person from the entrance exam, so Ichikawa needs to get Tucker and Kafka here right now. Chapter 4, Fighting Against Vice Captain and Base Compromise. Somewhere on the outskirts of the city, the monster crew cleanup was observing everything Ichikawa and Iharu Furuhashi had to fight against Kaiju number 9, realizing that he is a strong opponent compared to normal Kaiju. However, even with all the attacks, especially the freeze bullets, Kaiju number 9 could help him mock it, but was run amazed by their intelligence, and Tucker could tell that Ichikawa was in danger. Kafka and Tucker in a Kaiju form up here right behind. Only for two of them to do a double power punch, powerhouse punch. The absolute shit-ripping punch actually split Kaiju number 9 to head off of his body, which shot Kaiju number 9. Don't miss with my friend pitch. He gave up the middle finger while both of them attended. Luck that the injured, which Tucker in there and well Kafka in their Kaiju form couldn't help but smile, and well, let's just say both of them looked back at Kaiju no 9 would have pissed off look. Kaiju number 9 shot one of his finger bullets directly had Kafka and Tucker in their Kaiju forms barely did any damage. However, only for Kaiju number 9 to give out his full power. Furuhashi saw me couldn't help but felt like that Kaiju number 9 was holding back his true power. You fucking asshole suck, is this the reason why you hurt Ichikawa? You're so fucking dead, Tucker said. A dark tone got out his claw blades just like from Wolverine. Clean Kafka and leave she is full amount of strength bolted up doing a powerhouse kaiju team up completely beating the absolute chef Kaiju number 9 making realize the error of the situation meaning that he had to come with a better plan and report to boss who's your boss Tucker said in his kaiju form what didn't you like to know the Vernius Tucker? Which Tucker felt pale and Furuhashi thinking that Kaiju must be Tucker but there's no way Tucker who's that I have never heard of someone like him Tucker said innocently this Kaiju form his heart pounding realizing how fucked he was only for the rest of the other defense force going to weapons directly at Tucker and Kafka in their Kaiju forms shit Kaiju number 9 got away including they made their getaway as well Tucker and some other parts of the city while Kafka a bit injured but also trying to not get caught by anybody. However had a bit of an unlucky encounter with Captain Soshiro which they both gone to a fight Tucker could sense that Kafka was a dang and when the moment Tucker entered to the phrase which Vice Captain did not say nothing more interesting to see another human like Kaiju except his appearance looked a bit odd almost like something from a cartoon or a manga series very interesting you're different compared to him. I know most people say that Tucker said his Kaiju form but when the moment Vice Captain was attached Tucker he put his hands up motion to stop while pointing and laying his finger on the ground seeing the red panda like he was completely confused why a red panda would be here only for the red panda to climb up on top of Tucker in his kaiju form while also on the shoulder purring directly at his kaiju form face which made the Vice Captain Soshiro to see an animal adoring a kaiju which just was something unusual you know you should be more careful when you're sleeping you might as a curtain animal something adorable like this petting it. You're still a kaiju so I'll have to kill you Vice Captain Soshiro said while Tucker got out of flash ability oh really say cheese he got out the flash device while also activating but a snap his finger causing a bright light. Oh what the my eyes I damn that's too bright Vice Captain Soshiro said in pain. For some time for Kafka and Tucker to actually meet up backward. Meanwhile with the two Vice Caps got a report about Kaiju number 9 the same one from the incident and appeared in the exam. Meanwhile with Kaiju number 9 an armored truck. But a group of men was waiting for it and a familiar orange and black armored individual was waiting so it seems that the mission has failed the man in orange armor said to Kaiju number 9 oh no everything is moving along smoothly for the time being for right now Felix. The man in orange and black suit was Felix a former partner of Locus and also the leader of the remnants of the space pirates including the organization as Neo Kaiju Force. So I should have expected much my old partner Locus and now Tucker became Kaiju number 15 he smiled a bit what about Kaiju number 8 he is rather a mystery. Kaiju number 9 said I see come with us and regroup. Besides Kaiju number 10 is willing to make a full-on assault and sooner or later the defense force will have their guns aimed at Tucker and Kaiju number 9 he said giving up a mug's sinister grin which Felix and the rest of the space pirates remnants of the space pirates including Kaiju number 9 in his Kaiju form went into the armored truck driving into the tunnel. Meanwhile the Tucker and Kaiju are making sure that each Kaiju was able to get a full-on recovery and while also for two and actually have a celebration not to mention actually having being some A-class Wagyu beef also celebrating well also someone also arguing as well also coming with tactics. Also coming with tactics as well however let's just say hey well let's say some gone to fights and yeah but Ichikawa couldn't help but she did it smile also driven someone up. The air as well and well let's just say Tucker became a little drunk as shit also got to fight as well you know what they say all habits die quickly. All habits die hard but who am I to judge? However vice ranked captain she couldn't help but congratulate both Tucker and Kafka to be vice captains of a third division which everyone could help with celebrate for that including Locust giving a thumbs up from the both of them which Tucker couldn't help but smile even more tears and joy with joy tears of joy and his heart couldn't help but smile in an anticipation effect. But was happy for the first time in his life to actually get some appreciations for once after some time late in the office of Captain Vice Captain's office of Mina congratulations but I want to have a long way to go after some time later they were actually trying to following. Seeing Vice Captain Soshiro, I actually tried to train more often while also Soshiro, the next time that he will encounter Kaiju No.8 and 15 he will be going easy. As well as the Tucker was screaming internally. Realizing how fuck he was, his identity of Kaiju number 15 and Kafka's Kaiju No.8 identity was released to the public, meaning that they royally fucked. They realize that things are about to get a lot crazier. Chapter 5 Finale I Am Human. After the footage was shown of both Kafka and Tucker turning into kaijus, there was a bit of a discussions between many of the chairmen of the defense force. Rather, if he is still in control or not, which device captain decided to see what exactly if they really are human or monsters. Tucker and Kafka were both locked up in separate holding areas. Tucker, in mind, felt like that he just fucked up again, but this time big time, revealing himself as a kaiju. However, luckily there were only a few bandages. God damn it. Why? Why must this happen to me? So close, and I kept screwing it up. Tucker said to himself with anger and sorrow. Kafka did not say a word. As soldiers came in, escorting them to vans that take them to the main HQ of the defense force. Both Tucker and Kafka both looked down, not even saying a word, kept their mouths shut while entering the van. However, both Locus and Ichikawa believed in Tucker, which made them surprised. However, they both sit down while the vans drive off. Inside the van, Mina believed that both Tucker and Kafka were human. Seeing that they never did attack nobody. And using their kaiju powers to take care of that kaiju bomb while sending into space as they reach the main HQ building of the defense force, they were both completely locked in solitude. Tucker did not say a word. Standing there in silence, while Kafka was also standing in silence as well in separate areas. Back with many others, Locust could tell that Tucker still has his humanity. He wouldn't go completely like a rampage monster. Neither did Kafka as well. He did believe in them. After all, sure, the two of them might be loose cannons, but they're not completely rampaging monsters. As the doors opened for both, many scientists came into Tucker and in Kafka's solitude areas. However, Tucker tried making a joke. However, only for the scientists. Not even saying nothing while busy doing maintenance on the machine, which Tucker kind of felt, and they just don't believe him or just don't care as much. Stop. Bunch of assholes. Can I even take a joke for once? But he knew that some people believed in him. Including Locus. Even though he tried to kill him back in chorus, at least there was some good within him, believing him. In him. He knew that he will get out of here and prove that he isn't a kaiju, that he's 100% human. However, with Kafka, a group of soldiers and Director, General Shintomi, however with Tucker in his personal solitary confinement, was also shocked to see a group of soldiers including with weird hair that was standing up, which he was surprised. He thought it would be someone else, but he couldn't understand why. Only for the guy to actually order one of the guys to actually release him, which shocked him and confused him a bit. One of them tried to reveal that he was Kaiju number 19. However, the guy didn't care, but was one of the members by Director General Shinomiya, which the guy did, which Tucker tried to explain, but only a gun, which Tucker tried to, but luckily he didn't thanks to the Kaiju genes he had within his body. If you really are a Kaiju, then normally a person would never regenerate or survive, he said. Tucker was shocked and angry. Dude, what the hell? I didn't do anything and yet you're just trying to shoot me. Tucker yelled in anger only for the guy to come closer directly to Tucker and rip one of his flesh, causing him to scream in agony, kneeling down on one of his ground. As he coughed up some blood, as he put some of Tucker's blood in a liquid container. However, the suitcase opened to reveal a somewhat of a staff with a dagger with sharp blade on it. Tucker got slowly on his feet saying, I'm not a kaiju. I am still human. I am Lavernius Tucker. Tucker said, looking directly, with determination in his eyes. Are you? Tucker tried his best against this elite veteran of the defense force. No matter how many times he tried, he wasn't attacking back, which many of the staff who were observing this were amused, seeing that if a kaiju would attack, but not. With some having second thoughts about if the aquamarine soldier really is human. However, his body was not responding to him. Even in Kafka's fight against Director General Shinomiya as well. Could also feel as well that the weapons that they were using were from kaiju or daikajus. However, they soon transformed into full kaiju. Tucker going on full-on animalistic primal mode. No longer himself. No. Please. I am still human, Tucker said in his mindscape. However, it was hard for him to actually gain control of his body. Even with Kafka as well, fight against the director. Tucker tried his best, begging for his body not to harm the director. Please. I don't wanna die. I beg of you. Tucker set his mindscape even more. However, only for that parasitic kind of to eat him, he was inside the mindscape drowning in water. Always remember the times that he always keeps screwing up. Everybody looking down on him, laughing at him. Even at school, before he was a sim trooper, he was always getting bullied, laughed on, never getting any chicks. Damn it all. Why? Why must I have to suffer? What did I ever deserve to do this? Tucker said in even more anger and sorrow, tears coming out of his eyes. Even remembering a time that he killed Sarge as the meta with all the AI fragments taking control of his body as a puppet. All I've done is done nothing more but fucked up. Is this what my life is like? An uncontrollable setbacks of bad luck. Is this what my life represents? Tucker yelled into the empty void. However, back in the real world, his berserker form stopped midway, standing there still like a statue, which confused even the people who were preserving it. Fight. Many were completely confused on why exactly did it stop, like standing there like a statue. Like, did it broke or did it have like some kind of physical breakdown, which it didn't seem normal for Kaiju to have a mental breakdown. Even the person who was fighting, now known as Shinomiya, was even shocked. What? He stopped. A Kaiju never stops fighting, nor stands like a statue. And Jen said in shock, back in the mindscape, please, anyone, please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want to screw up. I just want people to take me more seriously, Tucker yelled. Only for many voices such as Church, Sarge, Doc. You're not screwed up. You're not the only one that always keeps screwing up as well, Church said. Damn strong, even if you are dirty blue. Sarge said, sure, you may be a perverted idiot, but at least you have got some strength within you. Tucker did not say a word but felt tears. The one person who really grabbed his hands was actually. It was the girl who was also a vice captain, which she fell in love with. And she grabbed her hand saying, show me what you got to prove to them that you actually are human. Yeah, I am Lavernius Tucker. I am no Kaiju. I am 100% motherfucking human. He yelled. Back in the real world, cracks came from the Kaiju form. Cosmic purple, the glow of light energy, which many people covered their eyes as the light faded. Everyone looked and had their jaws dropped. No longer a Kaiju form, but more human-like. More sleek and human-like. Even Shinomiya was surprised by this new transformation. Finally, free from that prison. He looked down at his hands, sparkling with electricity. Jun was surprised by this. No Kaiju would actually have a second or a new transformation form like that before. So why? Could he be still human? Or he'll have his human form? Looking directly at Vice Captain Shinomiya. I told you I'm no Kaiju. I am Lavernius Tucker, and I'm 100% human, motherfucker, he said, pointing his finger directly at the Vice Captain, giving him the middle finger, which made everyone realize that a Kaiju would never do something like that. That's when a moment he summoned a sword and grabbed it, which made everyone who were observing this was completely even more shocked for Kaiju to summon a weapon. Let me tell you one thing. A Kaiju never holds a weapon. I'm still human, bitch. Tucker said to Vice Captain Jim, with a smug look on his face. Jim did not say a word, but both of them fought in melee combat. Both weapons clashed against each other, moving fast as blurs would. Shinomiya was surprised by the new speed and mobility. After that, it was confirmed that both Jim and Kafka are no longer human or humans. But however, I state he has more like weapons, which both of them were took into the medical facility. However, Kafka punched his heart just like in canon. Tucker had some recovery, but he was fine, which devised Captain, including Boat, Director General Shin Kamari, if they really are human, but to prove themselves that they're worthy, which Tucker couldn't help but felt satisfied as both of them were recovering somewhere else in the city. Everyone got the notifications for Tucker and Kafka to actually come back. Somewhere in the city, Kaiju number 9 was playing a chess game, easily learning. However, amongst side, a group of human armored individuals with advanced armor, similarity to both Locus and Tucker. Among side, the leader. Revealed to be Felix that survived the fall on Chorus. So that Aquamarine fuck is here as well. I can finally get my revenge. In due time, my dear friend, in due time, but not now. We will soon plan phase 2 of the plan. And make sure not many of your men have equipment to cause much amount of terrorist destruction as you can. Kaiju number 9 said to Felix. We will. And don't worry, I have a bit of a bigger surprise for that bastard, including my so-called the bastard of a partner that betrayed me, he said, having a dark sinister smile. And this at the end of this what if. Hope you guys like it. Do not forget to leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel.